Hey yo guys, Nat here from Jamaican Hotspot Mafia again, with Kurt and Lawrence. You guys want to say hi?
Yo. Hey
Uh,
guys, having a blast.
yes they are. This is our Set 9 discussion video for the third time because the other two times haven't worked. But anyway, Set 9 comes out on the 8th of December. Probably the next Set 5, as Kurt and I have talked about before. It's a very hyped set. You've got Aquaforce, Oracle Think Tank, Nova Grappler, Angel Feather, Great Nature, which kind of is lame because no one likes them. Then everyone's favourite Gold Paladin, Narukami. Some Pale Moon for you, and Kurt's happy because Murakomo make a return.
Some of that hot spicy mandala action.
Alright, the first one we want to talk about, the first of 6 new cross rides, is a Radiant Lion Platinum Azel. The first Limit Break 5, which is called Ultimate Break. And its skill is to Counterblast 3 and 5 of your rearguard Gold Paladins gain 5k. It also has the basic cross ride ability where it gains 2k passive, so it becomes a 13k passive when the previous one is in Soul. And it also gains the new skill Leader, which is when you have a unit of a different clan in your rearguard, it can't attack. Kurt was saying, Limit Break 5. Is this card as good as you would assume it would be?
See, at first glance, people have been saying, like, oh, wow, this card's broke, this card changed the format. Like, me and Nat, we've talked about it, and, you know, we're thinking that it is a good card, and the 13k is going to be amazing, but at the same time, the Ultimate Break itself, it's, you know, it's not as great as people are making it out to be, because when you get down to it, Azel and Gold Paladin in general, they are pretty counterblast heavy. And they have got the damage on Flipper, but if people can play around that, because that's only 9k.
It is, and the thing we were saying as well is that people will tend to rush to 5 damage just to get the limit break off, and in the hands of an inexperienced player, that can be a bit risky, or very risky. I mean, if you're a good player, then go for it. If you know how to play the deck, by all means, just, you know. But it's a good card, but probably not as good as we thought we would see.
Yeah,
basically.
That's right. You get an influx of a lot of inexperienced people rushing to Gold Paladins. Like, there was already a lot.
Yeah, it's probably the most bandwagon heavy deck, which is it's a bit harsh to say, but it's a fact. Like,
well, yeah.
Anyway, that is the first of the new cross rides. It's very good, granted, but it is a bit of a, you know, risk to play. Next up is the perhaps hinting at either an Azel ride chain or an Azel sort of sub-clan is Knight of Passion Begdamagus. This is a Masquerade clone. When it attacks and you have a Vanguard with Azel in its name, it gains 3k, so it goes to 12. And it's a grade 2. Kurt and I are kind of upset that it's a rare and not a double rare, because we've in the past had to pick up double rares for our decks, and you know, I mean, Kagero did have Burning Horn Dragon, which is a clone of this, basically. But, you know, it's just annoying having to pick up high rarity stuff. I mean, we do like the shiny, but... anyway, Kurt's thoughts on this?
You know, like, for the game it's good to have a rare card like that. A rare print.
Instead of a double R.
You know.
I'm not sure how they're going to fit it in, because that Gold Paladins are a very grade 2 heavy in that they've already got Vivian, the damage on Flipper, which a lot more people will consider using now. They've got Nemea Lion, Bowman, etc. So it will be interesting to see how this fits into the deck when Set 9 is released. Yeah. But I guess we'll find out. Then they've got the new starting Vanguard, Dreaming Sage Corrin. Bit confusing, this card. It is 5k as opposed to the 4k grade 3 searcher. But I suppose it'll have its uses. It's got the auto ability Pioneer, which is basically when a grade 1 rides it and move back. Grade 1 has to be the same clan. It's what we all know, it's just been given a name now, that's all. Counterblast 1, move it to Soul. Check top 5 for a card with Ezel in its name, and add it to your hand. So basically it's the grade 3 searcher, because there are no Ezel cards that are grade 2 or lower. But it does have that 1k over it, so that is, I guess, the advantage it has over the grade 3 searcher. And I suppose if you're playing Gold Paladin Ezel Cross Ride, you will only play these are grade 3s. So, um, Kurt and I have been talking about how this is much better than Crimson Lion Criff, because Crimson Lion does is a superior ride, first of all, and it does guarantee you the Incandescent Lion and Soul. So you're guaranteed to go to 13k with the grade 3 Platinum Azel.
Yeah, well, see, personally, I prefer the Crimson Lion because the Lion Curve. Because when I briefly played Shadow Paladin before Nat took the reins,
Gold Paladin. Oh
Shadow
yeah,
Paladin,
Shadow Paladin. Ah, okay, fair.
Yeah, I really didn't like how it took an extra turn to get the thing without a Nightmare Painter. So if you can get around that extra turn, like sluggishness, I think the deck will be amazing. So that's why I think a lot of people will initially lead towards the newer starting Vanguard, but we'll go back to Kirith eventually.
I suppose the only downside to Kirith is that the grade 2 lineup being full as is, it means you have to run the Bowman.
That's right.
But yeah, it's really up to them. Once again, we'll see as the deck comes out. Anyway, next one, Spectral Duke Dragon Crossride, which I'm very hype about, as Kurt might know. But
testify for this as well.
Basically, this is the Spectral Duke Crossride. It's got the Crossride effect, so gains 2k, so it's 13k base, and the leader effect. The official ability hasn't been released, but I think the rumors are it's something along the lines of Ultimate Break, so Limit Break 5, Counterblast 3, and it can stand again by discarding one of itself. So it's similar to Phantom Blaster Overlord's Persona Blast, so it'll be like an Ultimate Persona Break or some bollocks like that.
Yeah, that's what we've termed it. We've called it a what do we call it? Persona Break.
It was Persona Break or something like that, yeah.
So keep an ear out. You heard it here first.
In case you hadn't already speculated upon that. But this card it's awesome, really. I love it. Yeah. The artwork's good, and if it does stand again, you know, without having to hit like Dragonic Overlord at the end, it'll be a very, very powerful card. We're not sure if it gets to twin drive or a single drive check yet. We're not even sure that that's the guaranteed effect, but going from the previous one, we can assume it's something to do with standing. Okay, moving on to the next one. Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion, The Blood. A lot of people like this card because, well, the name is pretty fucking awesome. Of course, as the cross-ride ability, the leader ability, no one's really sure of the effect yet. But it should be along the lines of something either attacking multiple units, forcing the opponent to guard from hand and not allowing the intercept with their units. So maybe gaining power, gaining crit, and not allowing the intercept. We're still not sure. Kurt, any ideas on the effects? You had an idea, I think.
I thought there was going to be an ultimate break because I think that's what most of the cross rides will be here, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But what I thought was that it would be attack all units on field for an ultimate break of 3.
But then I have heard rumors that it is a Counterblast 2, so we're not too sure about that. I guess we'll find out more about it once that rolls around. Not sure, but yeah, Lawrence.
I don't know. I don't remember where I heard it, but I heard a rumor going around where, like, it sounds way too far fetched. But like something about dealing damage to all units. So like,
dealing damage to all units. I think that was when Excalipate came out, and I think there was a rumor about that as well. So it would have an effect similar to that. But then again, that is very overpowered. So you know, I'm not ruling that completely. Yeah, basically. No doubt it'll be a very good card. And Kurt and I think it'll be probably the best cross ride coming out in this set.
Yeah.
It'll be better than Azel, we think, but you know, we won't know more on that until it comes out.
Time will tell.
Alright, next up is the Nova Grappler Cross Ride. Super Beast Deity Illuminal Dragon. This one actually does have its effects revealed, like Radiant Lion. Limit Break of 4, Counterblast 3. When it attacks a Vanguard, so it doesn't have to hit or anything, stand up to 2 of your rearguards with Beast Deity in its name. Now, this wouldn't be amazing going from the previous Beast Deity support, but they do also get support in Set 9, which is a lot better, which we'll be coming to in a second. Of course, it does have the Beast Deity. If you have it in Soul, it goes to 13, Leader as well. Kurt's thoughts on this card?
I think that, as of now, it's one of the more threatening limit breaks next to what our rumored the blood is, but like as you said, it's not so much the limit break that's amazing; it's what the limit break does for your combo pieces in the deck.
And
they get the 9k that goes to 12 when it's stood, right?
I think it's 9k that goes to 12, a grade 3, 10k that goes to 13. So the Dancing Wolf clones, which we're coming to.
And then there's that whole Dancing Wolf ruling change, which effectively turns it into a 10k boost.
Yeah. And the thing is, with this card as well, Lawrence will actually have something to say about it, because he did play the Azure Dragon deck for a bit in English, so...
Yeah, before I made the switch to Jeff, I played the Beast 80 Azure Dragon build, and I honestly haven't looked into this set at all, but hearing that actually makes me want to think about
playing it again.
Instead of like instead of like Death Army or whatever.
It is a very good card, and just the fact that it doesn't have to hit, just by attacking and twin driving, you will get to stand 2 of your rear guards, and adding
+4 off that attack.
And adding to that, Nova Grapplers have about 50 ways of flipping over damage, so it's not like they're going to struggle to get that effect off a bit. And it's 13k as well. So, not Claydol Mechanic, but they have other effects as well, like Super Magnetic Electroform or whatever the fuck it is. The grade, I think they have grade 1s and 2s where you just call them and it unflips damage. So it's really something to be afraid of. Yeah, there's some other piece of shit. I don't know. Anyway, I don't like Nova Grapplers. Next card, the Beast 80 trio. Beast 80 Yamada Drake. It's a Dancing Wolf clone, but a grade 3. And Beast 80 Golden Anglet, which is a Dancing Wolf clone with grade 2. They both, when they're stood during the battle phase, they gain 3k, and their name is Beast 80, so they will go to, like, 12 and 13k respectively when you stand them.
Wait, sorry about that. Does that have to be stood by just
when it's stood. When it's if you get a stand trigger, it'll get the 5k and then get the 3k as well on top of that.
So it'll boost by 8 if you get a stand trigger. Holy shit.
No, not boost. Oh yeah, it'll go up by 8 basically. Yeah. Then there's also the new grade 1. So instead of Dancing Wolf, it's Beast 80 Blank Marsh. This is basically a copy of the grade 0 starting Vanguard, the Beast 80, the White Tiger, I think it is. Counterblast 1, move it to Soul. When the attack hits the Vanguard during the battle, this unit boosted. Pay the cost and stand 1 of your rear guards with Beast 80. So say you swing with your Golden Anglet. Then you hit with Blank Marsh. Counterblast 1, move it to Soul, stand your other unit. So it's a good addition for Nova Grapplers as well as a grade 1. 7k, hitting the right numbers. So very good card. Alright, moving on from Nova Grapplers, you got Crimson Impact Metatron, which is the new ride chain for Angel Feather. Similar to the Azel ride chain, in that its ability to be superior road. The effect, limit break 4, counterblast 1, and choose 2 of your Angel Feather rear guards, move them to your damage zone, then superior call 2 face-up Angel Feathers from your damage zone and, superior call them. And then also when it attacks the Vanguard, it gains 3k. Kurt, your thoughts on this?
I've read, like, bear in mind, I have very little knowledge on the Angel Feather matchup in the deck, but as far as I understand, the deck was very defensive prior to this announcement.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I read somewhere, don't quote me on where, because I honestly can't remember, I just read shit. I think it was one of the Facebook groups we had for the Australian Vanguard. Someone claimed that the deck goes offensive with it very nicely. It's 21k columns and stuff.
It drops the defensive side of the deck for a more offensive build, which is something to consider as well.
Yeah.
I think I was reading somewhere that they struggle to superior call, like you have to do it all before the battle phase.
Yeah.
So this one, it helps, basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it helps the deck become less defensive, more offensive, which is what a lot of people were looking for as well. Next up, Goddess of the Sun Amaterasu, a set 1 card. Some would say finally getting its cross ride. We're not sure. No one knows what the effect is yet. Speculating something about drawing cards. Not 100% about that. Of course, it's got the cross ride ability. Leader. Kurt, what do you think? What do you think this will get?
I think it's real interesting in the fact that you mentioned this prior to this thing. a lot of the other cards, you can kind of indicate what they're going to be. But seeing as Amaterasu was originally a Mega Blast,
Yeah.
there's no real like indication of what this thing will be. You know,
It could be amazing. It could be horrible. We're not sure. A lot of people are excited about it because Oracle Think Tank and that is a very followed clan.
and it's Amaterasu, who's already had a cult following.
Yeah, I think we had like 5 of them or something. But yeah, Lawrence.
I really think that Oracle Think Tank do need more support, and they haven't gotten enough over the past every set.
Oh yeah, that's a good joke. All right.
Yeah, I think it's good that Amaterasu is finally getting a little bit of more support because I've always liked Amaterasu. I think the whole check the top trigger, you know,
That whole idea with that as
I've
well.
always
Yeah.
liked that.
What draw, soul charge, cheat?
Lawrence doesn't like Oracle Think Tanks, in case you can't tell. All right,
I used to play them.
moving on. Shut up, Lawrence. The next card is probably the most hype card in the set. Kurt knows what I'm talking about. It is the Supreme Dragon, Glory Maelstrom.
It's been a long time.
I love him. Cross-ride ability, leader. No effects revealed yet, but a lot of people have been saying it will stand again, or it'll be that 13k that stands again, or is able to stand again in some way. The anime hinted at this by suggesting that Maelstrom couldn't stand again when Q played that dude who plays the Aquaforce dudes, the wind dude who always talks about being wind and stuff. Not really sold on the artwork, but you can tell that this card will be good. It's Maelstrom,
Well,
you know.
Yeah.
Kurt's thoughts on this? Is he excited?
No, I kind of am, to be honest. I like Maelstrom as a card, but at the same time, I think it's kind of piss poor that they're already getting a cross ride for things and putting it. Mandala Lord could have got a cross ride.
He loves his Murakumo. He does.
That's the prejudice, but no, you know, no, I think it's good. I think the deck. I was talking to a friend of the team actually, Sergej Vujonovic. I can't pronounce his name.
Vujonovic or something. Yeah, but he's cool. Check him out.
He brings up a good
He's a
point
man.
that basically what the deck does is just a man's all to the Vanguard. So if you can get a null against the Vanguard, it's kind of hard to do much against Maelstrom. If this Maelstrom can get around that, I think it'll do really well for the
This I will agree with. The deck does struggle against 11Ks, and it'll further struggle against cross-rides. So this card will depend on what the rear guards or what the other support we get in this set will be. Well, hopefully it's good because I love my Maelstrom. Anyway, moving on to Kurt's favorite card of the deck, or favorite new card, Covert Demonic Dragon Magatsu Storm. Kurt will take us through this.
Basically, Magatsu Storm, he's the ride chain. It's a Riviera ride chain for Murakama. And what it does, it really solidifies the fact of what Murakama do. In the past, sorry, there was 2 focuses for the deck, you know. There was the calling from deck and then returning to deck, and then there was the kind of similar stacking that eventuated into the Beast Deity ride chain in set 6. Basically, what this does, it solidifies the fact that Murakama are going to be a hit and run clan, which is kind of cool because I like that a bit better than the stacking of triggers. So it's like that cheap Oracle Think Tank ripoff. Basically, the Mugatsu ride chain. When you successfully get it off, you call the grade 2 and the grade 3s, and it has a limit break of counter plus 2. Sorry, to give plus 3,000 to itself, and then to call 2 copies of itself, the rear guard. So you're less likely to drive check your grade 3s, and if you have the generic 8K. I forget the name, I think it's Stealth Rogue something or other. You'll be hitting for 20 plus, which is really nice. And yeah, I think it's a really good unit.
I have played against this deck. Kurt and I have proxied against it. And I think the fact that basically getting 3 free attacks every turn, if you successfully get the rides off, you really do keep a lot of hand advantage.
Yeah, exactly right.
And Kurt really enjoys the fact that they get another trigger, so he doesn't have to run the shitty Hellspider stand.
Well, in one of my earlier deck videos, I said I'd rather run a stand in that Cursed Breath build. I'd rather run another stand because I hate Hellspider. You know?
No, I don't think anyone likes Hellspider, but...
Well, that's true. But look, another crit trigger really helps the deck. It's a plus 3 cadence when you move into Soul, you know? So that really helps out even more with your Vanguard hitting some higher numbers against the coming threat of the crossrides and jump.
But anyway, it's a very good deck. We'll test it more. They also get Royale and Nova, which is I think it's one of those Shadow Paladin clones where it's a grade 2 10k that loses 5k if you don't have the grade 3 or 2. Yeah. So, more on that as we go. We have tested it. It's a very good deck so far. So, now Lawrence, I think, wanted to do a competition for the channel. So I'll let him speak to you about that.
All right. So with a lot of the crossrides coming out soon, there's a lot of information hasn't really been revealed about. So we've got a bit of a giveaway contest thing for the person who can most accurately guess. Was it the Amaterasu one we agreed on, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Amaterasu.
Yeah, the Amaterasu crossrides. Pretty much, whoever can guess the ability closest to, or like, yeah, the most accurate guess, the earliest.
As to what the crossrides ability is,
Yeah,
we'll receive 4
Maiden of Trailing Roses from set 5.
So basically a playset of double R's.
Make sure you message your speculation. Comments will not be counted because that way other people can just take your ideas and like modify them slightly.
I suppose. If we've got 2 of the same winner, it'll be the first person who replied to us. So if we do get 2, you know, unfortunate, but just basically get in early.
Yeah.
Early birds get the worm, boys. Come up.
Remember to rate and subscribe.
Rate, comment, subscribe. As you know, still a lot of content coming out. We might do a discussion on those 2 new extra boosters. Lawrence, I know, is looking at Death Armies, so we might have a couple of more boxes opening up. But yeah, until set 9, I think we're pretty much sorted for now.
So, you know.
Make sure you check out the Nationals videos as well, the deck checks. Lawrence doing the Cinnamon Challenge is actually pretty hilarious because he fucking sucks. But anyway, until next time, rate, comment, subscribe, and have a blast.
See you guys.
Yeah, so yeah.